Hey, Leadheads, this is Sergeant Major Lance Nutt, President and founder of Sheepdog Impact Assistance. I cannot say congratulations in a big enough way on being into your 300th plus episode. And I tell you what, if this is truly 313, just know that 13 is my lucky number. So you made my day in having me on the show today.
All right, Leadheads. We are back with another episode of the Talking Lead Podcast. This is episode 313. 13 past our monumental 300th episode. If you guys didn't get an opportunity, make sure you go back to last week's episode, episode 312, where we featured you, the Leadheads. We did a YouTube Live. I think it was unsuccessful because that was my first time doing their new system. And I think a lot of you were frustrated because you weren't able to join us live. But fortunately, I recorded it, posted it, so you've had a chance to go back and listen to Leadhead Amber and Mark, Leadhead Kenneth, Leadhead Jason, Leadhead Michael, Leadhead Eric. And they helped us narrow down who our pilot nominations are going to be for Lead Force 1. And if you're listening to this episode now, I posted those today, so go and vote. And make sure that you're using the hashtag TL300 and TLGlock to be eligible for that $75 Glock gift code. That'll be our second one that we're going to give away. I noticed some of you have forgot about that. You got so excited that you wanted to cast your vote that you weren't doing the proper hashtags there. So you got to do those hashtags when you vote to be eligible for that next $75 Glock gift card that we're going to be giving away. We're also, this episode, we're going to be giving away one of those Modern Spartan Systems starter kits that's got the oil, the copper destroyer, the carbon and copper destroyer. It's got the crystal clear to clean your optics, and it's got that grease in it. And we're also giving away a bottle of their TVT engine oil additive from Modern Spartan Systems. So we're going to be giving away one of those, one of two of those kits today. But yeah. And we've got some guests joining me. All the way from Michigan, it's our long-lost pal, Bildo. Bildo, welcome in.
Thank you, Marty. Great to be back. Leadheads haven't been out for a while, so good to be back and talk to y'all. So,
well, we've missed you, man. You've been busy. I know the Leadheads have missed you.
No, I normally don't.
And you've not cast your vote yet. Oh, let's tell them who the nominees are that they can vote on. Who did we narrow it down to?
It was Sully.
Chelsea Sully Sullenberger. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Randy Quaid, the guy from Independence Day.
Russell Case was his character's name in Independence Day. Keep going. You're doing good. I'm
trying to remember all these. The ghost of Charlton Heston.
That's right. Not Charlton Heston himself, but the ghost.
Ghost. So I am actually casting a vote right now, so I'm voting for them. Nancy, all right over there?
You still got to go. You still got to go on social media and vote, or it don't count. Yeah.
Really?
You know how it works.
I'll do it. All right. Charlton Heston, the ghost. There was one other really good one that was right up there with
this guy. He was in Forrest Gump. He's got this awesome organization and foundation that helps our veterans.
Now I feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
And so Gary Sinise.
There you go, Gary Sinise.
Lieutenant Dan.
I just suck on that one.
And also the Sky Penis Bandit.
Zapper 21.
Zapper 21, that's right. So is that five? Is that all five of them? So Gary Sinise, the Ghost of Charlton Heston, Chelsea Sullenberger, Zapper 21, and Russell Case. So that's who the Leadheads narrowed it down last episode. That's our 5 nominees. So one of those is going to be the pilot of Lead Force 1.
You're going to make me go and vote online. All right, thanks, Dan.
Yes, right. I am. I am going to do that. You have to do that. Okay. But it's going crazy. Facebook, in particular, we're getting a lot of good back and forth banner on the our nominations there and people fighting for their candidate. I love it. So keep that up. And that's how you are going to win that gift card. You have to vote. So whoever votes and uses those proper hashtags, that's where we're going to give that that Glock $75 gift card away to. But you can go on Instagram, you can go on Facebook. Either one, cast your votes. Vote for only one. Get off the damn fence if you're like this guy or this guy. Pick one. Because if you do that, I'm not counting your vote. Even if you use the proper hashtags or whatever, pick one, get off the damn fence.
Wait, what are the hashtags? Remind everybody again.
Hashtag TL300, hashtag TLGlock.
Actually, I did it for my own selfish purposes.
So you could do it, and you're eligible. I mean, you're eligible, definitely.
Wait, I am?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was bad.
But speaking of other great Americans that are doing awesome things for our military, law enforcement, first responders, introduce our next guest, Bill.
Leadhead. One of my greatest friends. Honored to know this man for at least the last 6 years. Been a regular on Talking Lead. Sergeant Major Lance Nutt of Sheepdog Impact Systems.
Sergeant Major, welcome in.
Well, I'm glad to be here, and obviously listening into your discussion about some amazing men from a pilot standpoint. And I'm going to, I would say if I'd been on here and had a chance to nominate, I would have nominated my father, a hero of mine who was a Marine Corps naval aviator, flying Cobras and Hueys for 20 years.
Hell yeah.
I would have tried and add him to the list, but I also am a huge Charlton Heston fan, so I got to go with the ghost of Charlton Heston if I have to pick from that list.
Here we go.
Very good. And as you lead heads know, if you've been following on Facebook, that is my pick as well, and I have been campaigning hard for old Chuck. So, I mean, don't let me sway your vote. I mean, majority is going to rule. That's how we do it here on Talking Lead. So, I mean, if he doesn't win, he doesn't win, but I think it would be awesome. I've even already got a sound effect for it. So, I mean, it's going to work out great.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah. So, we've got Sergeant Major on here. We've been trying to get him on for some time now. We're going to get an update on what's been going on with Sheepdog Impact Assistance. And Bill's going to fill us in on FLIOA. We got some awesome things coming up with both those organizations. But before we do that, we are going to get into our jack wagons. So, Gunny, bring that train in.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the Talking Lead Jack Wagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
All right, so the train has stationed, and we've got a few oddball, I would call them, jack wagons this week.
Agreed.
So the first one, we'll let you kick it off, Bill, with this crazy lady in, was she in Florida?
Yes, sir. Yes, apparently Punta Gorda, Florida, law enforcement pulled over a vehicle for running a stoplight, whatever. Come to find out, they've got a whole bunch of illegally possessed wild animals in their car, including 41 three-striped turtles, and I love this, and a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah,
Backpack. And when asked if this young lady had anything else, she had to pull a 1-foot alligator from her yoga pants.
No, wait a minute. That's not an alligator.
Anyway.
Snapping turtle.
Yeah. Yes. So now she has been sentenced to probation after pleading guilty to 4 charges, which are not specified here. But why you would stuff? I mean, yoga pants are tight as hell anyway. You're stuffing a 1-foot alligator down there.
How are you going to hide an alligator in your yoga pants?
Right. I feel bad for alligator shit.
But if you look at the picture of this chick, it looks like she's been kicked in the head by a mule anyway. So bless her heart. That's all I can say.
Yeah, minus the scars that would have resulted.
I don't know.
That's a bad mugshot. So,
I mean, that might be her debutante photo right there. Who knows?
Oof.
All right.
Yeah.
So
anyway, that's my favorite one.
So the next one And again, I don't know who all sent me these. They get jumbled up, but I'll go back and read everybody who sent in jack wagons this week. Yeah, that's
how about that jack wagon, that Antifa protester?
That's a good one. You want to take that one?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. You know, when you talk about jack wagons, I mean, the group in itself, you know, is the top of my list, and just about every aspect. And the joke of the coverage we get when it comes to domestic terrorism, and again, that jack wagon list, which I could easily use a lot of other choice words to describe. This particular individual was one of among 13 people arrested during Saturday's protests in Portland, Oregon. And of course, they were expecting this to really potentially get out of hand between these left-wing extremists and some right-wing extremists that they're considering, you know, white nationalists, etc., whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, white supremacists.
You know, I haven't seen them acting quite as nasty as Antifa, and yet Antifa has been getting this shield of coverage to kind of protect their antics in the disguise of being anti-bad people, right? So you get to act bad if you're anti-bad people. Is that what they're basically saying, right?
That's exactly it.
If you're against people that are bad, you get to act bad and do damage to private property and hurt people just because you disagree with their thoughts and their words, right? Which, again, comes to the whole issue with the First Amendment. I thought I could basically say what I wanted, and I could have the protection of the First Amendment. But when you talk about fascists, Antifa, which is apparently supposed to stand for anti-fascism,
right,
they are the pure definition of it. So to talk about the hypocrisy, and again, this jackwagon of the week is this particular individual that was charged with attempted assault, unlawful use of a weapon, rioting, and a mixture of other things that basically throws him into jail. And what now adds to it, where you, again, bring in this plethora of jackwagons, you have a bunch of these leftists that have collected and raised $10,000+
It's ludicrous.
Yes, to help cover.
In 2 days, they've amassed $10,000.
2 days. Wow. And so, I mean, it leaves you speechless in a lot of ways, because you really don't have the words to describe just how despicable, one, this particular jackwagon individual is, but then also the other knuckleheads that decide to step up and help pay for his legal defense fund for being a bad person. So there you have it, folks. Let's praise the bad for going out and doing what they think is in the best for our country, of course. In this particular, let's make sure we've got his name right. Alexander G. Dial. Again, one of among 13 people arrested this past weekend. So that's another one of your big jackwagons of the week.
There you go. Well done, sir. I'll have to have you back more often for this jackwagon segment.
Oh, you just want to make me mad, don't you? So,
it's to fire
covering
people
these
up.
idiots.
Well, that's what it is. It's to let our listeners know, because I don't know about some of this stuff until the leadhead sent it into me. And it's just, I mean, some of this stuff is just beyond belief. But thank you, Leadheads, for sending these in. Keep them coming in. TalkingLead@gmail.com. Send your jackwagon nominations in, and we'll read them here on air. And hopefully we'll get Sergeant Major back. He does a really good job with those.
What kills me is Portland, Oregon keeps getting all the headlines for all this. And Portland is such a cool city. Keep it weird, Portland. Been there several times, and there's so much cool stuff that is so tarnished by all of this stuff. That bugs the hell out of me, because it's such a good city. Sadly, these idiots keep taking the news for it.
Yeah. Bill, and I couldn't agree with you more. As a Marine, I've been stationed in a lot of America's best cities. We're obviously the best country on this planet. I don't care what some of these leftist whack jobs say, and it's obvious that they've never been out of the blessing of this country, or else they wouldn't dog it so much. They're spoiled rotten. But you take cities like Portland, San Francisco. I just spent the last 5 years of my career in San Francisco, and the people running that city are ruining one of the most beautiful, majestic, quality cities in the country. And it blows the mind from a truly deep, saddening place to see how we've allowed not only our country to take a hit when it comes to beautiful cities like that, but again, to your point, having the opportunity to go visit a place like this, you don't want to because of the people that are running and allowing stuff like this to continue to happen.
Absolutely. Agreed. Well said. Yeah. All right, let's move on to our next one. And this one, and I don't know that this has been confirmed yet. Let me find my link.
Yeah, Defense Secretary confirms reports that Osama bin Laden's son and heir apparent has been killed.
This just in. So this is from The Blaze. And as we're reading this, it says, the U.S. Secretary of Defense has confirmed that Hamza bin Laden, the heir apparent leader of al-Qaeda, has been killed. What's the background? Osama bin Laden, the notorious terrorist leader behind September 11, 2001 attacks, had at least 20 children. He probably had triple that amount. In March, the State Department published a news release offering a reward up to $1 million for information leading to the identification or location of any al-Qaeda key leader. Hamza bin Laden. Let's see. In the same news release, the State Department said that Hamza was emerging as the leader of al-Qaeda. He also called on his followers to launch attacks against the United States and its Western allies, and he has threatened attacks against the United States in revenge for May 2011 killing of his father, his Faja, by U.S. service members. Shot him in the fucking face. Since July 31st, there have been news reports that Hamza was killed, but neither the military nor the Trump administration would give any definitive statement on the record confirming this. Trump said, I don't want to comment on it. But on Wednesday night, Defense Secretary Mark Esper told Fox News that the reports were true. That's my understanding, he said. Esper would not elaborate on whether or not Hamza was killed by U.S. forces or by someone else. I don't have the details on that, and if I did, I'm not sure how much I could share with you, he said. So now he's down to 19 now and counting. Osama.
Jeez.
So that was interesting, I thought.
A pure definition of a jackwagon, right? The son of bin Laden.
The son of Osama.
Osama bin Laden.
Wow.
Osama Obama. What? All right. You guys got any more jackwagons you want to throw on the train before we get it out of here?
I think you met the definition of some good ones there.
Okay, yeah, our Leadhead sent some good ones in. So thanks to Leadhead Jim, Leadhead John. Let's see who sent these in. Jackwagon. Leadhead Ed. Catholic Fundamentalist. I don't know which Leadhead you are. Let's see if you put your name on here. Nuffy Wrangle. He's also known as Nuffy Wrangle. I know who you are, Nuffy. Nuffy sent this one in. This is I didn't send you guys this link, but apparently Patreon is being. I mean, there's no surprise here, but they are being, what's the word, toward gun channels. Apparently, John over at the Gunna Collective is not able to use promo codes for gun accessories or any other stuff that they push or promote on their show. Patreon is, I guess, withholding their funds or something like that. And then there's also another show. It's called Gun Funny Ava with the Firearms Radio Network. They're withholding her funds as well. So looks like these services are also coming down on the firearms community and being discriminatory against us. So just a little heads up there. I think John's got a video you guys can go and watch. But the Catholic Fundamentalist, a.k.a. Nuffy Wrangle, sent that one in.
Interesting.
So thanks. Leadhead Kenneth, Leadhead Austin, Leadhead Eric, all you guys, thanks for sending those in. Keep them coming. So Gunny, get that jackwagon train out of here. We want to get this bad taste out of our mouth, and we want to honor some heroes. So I hear Lead Force
Amen
1.
to that.
Yes, sir. Lead Force 1.
Air Force 1 is
taxiing
12
in.
miles on the ILS. X-ray 16 right final.
Air Force 1, contact Reno Tower, 118.7. Have a good day.
Air Force 1, push in tower, good day.
Let's take care of some heroes, guys. So I think our first one, and these guys definitely deserve honorable mention, especially for the climate that they're in. There's a Florida school, hires combat vets with semi-automatic rifles to protect students from active shooters. We're not looking for a fair fight. We're looking at an overwhelming advantage. That's a quote. It says a school in Florida is taking school safety so seriously that it has hired 2 combat veterans armed with semi-automatic rifles to patrol and guard the campus against potential threats, according to the New York Times. Manatee School for the Arts in Palmetto, Florida, hired the school guardians to comply with the state legislation requiring schools to have at least one, in quotes, safe school officer. Principal Bill Jones said they have good reason to go above and beyond the minimum requirements. We're not looking for a fair fight, Jones said, of potential shooter situations. We're looking for an overwhelming advantage. One of the guards has 15 years of infantry experience, and the second veteran guardian will start working later in February. Jones wanted combat veterans who can be trusted and react quickly and correctly under fire. I think that's a great use for our veterans.
Absolutely.
You know, put them on school detail, definitely. This comes from the Blaze too. You guys can go to the Blaze. I think this was an older story. We might have actually covered this one already, but it definitely deserves a ride on. This principal in this school district deserves a ride on the Lead Force 1 for their actions and leading the way and showing other schools what they can be and should be doing.
Absolutely.
So who's our other heroes there? You guys got a beat on the next one?
You know, one I particularly took notice of this week, shared with some of my staff in the office, was this young lady graduating high school, and her father, Captain Robert, and now, of course, I'm going to butcher this name, Yelikos?
I do it all the time, yeah. I never get it right.
Obviously not doing that on purpose, a little bit challenging there to pronounce, but he didn't live to see his daughter attend high school, but he's always with her, even in her senior pictures. And it goes on to talk about how he lost his legs after stepping on an IED in Afghanistan in 2008 and was treated in Germany and Maryland before he died. His daughter, Julia, who is a senior at Aurora High School in Nebraska, and while her father is gone, his spirit remains strong thanks to the photographer, Suzanne Beckman, with Snapshots by Suze. And I quote, "I have been taking pictures of Julia since she was 9, and I thought it would be a great idea to do these, quote, angel pictures for her as a special gift for her big milestone." And what basically is going on here is Julia and this photographer have worked together to take pictures of her father, and I don't know what the definition of this would be.
Superimpose or Photoshop.
Superimpose.
Yeah,
I was going to say superimpose. And they're beautiful from the standpoint of, there's one picture of this young lady holding a American flag that's been folded properly, as you would imagine in the triangle of at the end of a funeral. And I'm imagining it's probably his casket flag. And there's a ghostly image of her father standing in front of her while she's holding this flag out in his direction. It looks like he's standing at attention. And then there's another picture that is probably my favorite, where she is sitting on a bench, and the ghostly image of her father sitting on that bench looking back at her as if the two of them are longingly looking into each other's eyes, as only a father and daughter might, as he shows, through that expression, how much he loves her, and how much, of course, she would admire her father. So it's very powerful. It gives you goosebumps when you look at the images.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine a better way for a daughter to honor the service and ultimate sacrifice of her military father. And, as much as I hate to even think about it, I've got two young daughters that aren't quite to high school yet, but the thought of them taking photos like that with me in the image in that ghostly manner, again, is pretty emotional from just the overall powerful standpoint of what that represents.
And some of our listeners may know, I don't think we've made an announcement yet or not, but Sergeant Major has retired. So congratulations on your retirement.
Well, I appreciate that. 30 long years, 30 good years at the same time. It's kind of bittersweet anytime you have to take that uniform off for the last time. But I'll tell you, as you both understand, and hopefully some of our lead heads out there can appreciate, the opportunity to continue serving my country and community, and especially my brothers and sisters in uniform, whether they're military, law enforcement, or fire and rescue, continues to give me what we call continued purpose, right? And being able to serve veterans and first responders that might be struggling with retirement, a combat injury, an injury sustained in the line of duty. It certainly continues to give me the purpose that I need as I have transitioned out of service myself. And 30 years in the Corps, I hope, is now going to transition into 30 plus years of me continuing to give back through our organization.
No doubt. In 30 years times infinity with Sheepdog Impact Assistance. It's great that you're going to be able to concentrate full-time on that now. I mean, what you did with it while you were still serving was just remarkable, and what you're going to be able to do with it now that you got full time to concentrate and really put everything into Sheepdog is going to be, and I can't wait to see where it's going to take off from here.
You bet. I'm excited about it. And I'll tell you, just in the last 7-8 months since I retired, having me be able to focus on this full time now is already beginning to pay off in a big way as we continue to grow nationally. And I actually just finished a meeting this evening before coming on with you with one of our state U.S. senators from the state of Arkansas, Senator John Bozeman, who has a passion for our nation's veterans. And we were able to spend about an hour and a half talking about some of the things that we're doing to save the lives of some of our veterans and first responders in need, and continue to tell the story about how we'd like to have an impact across the nation and doing what we're doing here locally at home.
Very good. Very good. Like I said, I can only see Sheepdog expanding into, just something I can't even imagine right now. So good stuff.
Well, we certainly hope so.
It's going to happen, no doubt. But great story there. Aurora High School, senior there, Julia. Snapshots by Suze, S-U-Z, if you guys want to check that out. And somebody that maybe, I guess she's probably offering this service to everybody now. I don't know. It sounds like a pretty good way to honor and remember your military mother or father. Children, I'm sure they probably have children, things too. So very cool.
Without a doubt.
Definitely deserves a seat on Lead Force One. All right, so here's one. Here's a nomination. This came from one of you lead heads, and but anyway, it's I guess Operation Red Wing, which was made famous by the movie Lone Survivor. I guess it's or it was the anniversary of that, and one of you lead heads nominated that we put the units from and there was a lot of people that sacrificed their lives for that. So, yes, definitely. Operation Red Wings, everyone involved with that deserves a ride on Lead Force One. So, welcome to Lead Force One, Operation Red Wings. I don't know what, let me see if I can find exactly the anniversary date on that.
All right, so I'm going to throw, as you're looking up whatever you're looking up, I got to throw a Sergeant Major on the heroes. Leadhead Brigade hero, Sergeant Major Lance Nutt of Sheepdog Impact Assistance. 6-7 years ago when I had the honor to meet you, and you have become such a goddamn good friend since then. And everything you do for everyone out there, man, do I appreciate all you do. And everyone that I know that knows you says the same thing. So you have definitely earned a seat on that plane.
Well, hey, I obviously appreciate that. It's humbling to have a friend think of you that way. It's, especially when a good friend like you, as many of my good friends do know and appreciate that I'm not perfect, right? I'm human. And I don't consider myself a hero. I think if any, well, of course not, but I think it's that idea of that hero mantra that pushes me every day. You know, when I think of some of my personal heroes, whether it's my father or that extreme side of when I think of Charlton Heston and the men and women that I have served with in the military, I tell you what, those are my heroes. And the ability and the opportunity to serve alongside so many amazing, fine, warfighting Americans that have been willing to serve and sacrifice, they are truly the reason I get out of bed every morning. The ones that we've lost, unfortunately, we can't do anything for them but do our best to remember and honor them by never forgetting that sacrifice. But for me today, having the opportunity to continue serving those that have been willing to give so much to our country, that's what keeps me going, gentlemen. And I'm so blessed to be a part of a opportunity to serve. And I'm humbled by, again, you thinking that I meet anything that falls into the criteria of hero. And I hope that I can continue to, I hope I can continue to live up to those standards and can continue to do my best to represent all of the fine men and women out there that serve our country. Hopefully I can continue to honor them properly by doing my very best through Sheepdog Impact Assistance.
Very good. Good nomination, Bill. You came through.
Thank you. I have a moment, buddy.
So let's board Lead Force One. Let's get it out of here. Take a victory lap around the globe because Air Force One has unlimited reach.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome all passengers on this service and advise that this flight is now boarding. Please have your boarding pass available to assist us with your entry on board the aircraft.
All right, guys. So we want to talk about now what's going on with FLIOA, what's going on with Sheepdog Impact Assistance. We've got some awesome things coming up with both organizations. And Bill, we'll kick it off with is FLIOA, is that the first thing we got coming up, or do we have the Sheepdog? Which one?
Yeah, no, it's the FLIOA National Conference coming up in September, here, about 2.5 weeks from now. Thank God you will be up there. It'll be great to see you. So happy to have you.
I will be there again with
sir.
With the studio. So the headquarters is going to make the trip to Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Hyattsville, actually.
Okay. I was going to say, did I get the city right?
It's close enough. It's whatever. It's close enough.
Yeah.
But, our biennial, as Brian Montgomery, our good friend, clarified last time we were all together, the biennial conference is this September.
Call it biennial.
You're coming out? By what?
So I call it biennial.
I know. Well, it took us all a few minutes to figure out what the hell he was saying. We had to, what? Say it again? Say it again?
How are you saying that?
Anyway, right. But, we're going to have a great conference. A whole lot of people coming in from all over the country and overseas, chapter presidents, agency presidents.
I remember last time, the last one, where was it at?
St. Louis.
In St. Louis, was it Al? The
Al will be back.
The old IRS guy.
Yes,
He's
sir.
like Elliot. He was like, he worked with Elliot Ness and bringing down a lot of these mob bosses and stuff.
Al Feldberg will be back.
Al Feldberg, yes. He had some great
he will be there.
stories. Looking forward.
I'm sure he'll be happy to jump back on and talk about them with you.
Yeah, so we're gonna have great interviews. There's a lot of good vendors that are going to be there, and then of course personalities like Al. That I mean, there's no telling what kind of stories we're going to get this time. So looking forward to that. Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it'd be great. Geisley Automatics, Mission First Tactical, First Tactical, Point Blank, All Type Boots, Medicine in Bad Places. All some really great folk that'll be there.
Medicine in Bad Places are the guys who were responsible for getting us Al Mampry on at SHOT Show.
Correct.
The last surviving member of the band of brothers. Unfortunately, he passed away.
Yeah, right before he's supposed to go back to France. Yeah, that sucked. Dang. That was a rough day when we heard that one.
Yeah, so I can't stress enough, if you know a World War II veteran, go visit him or her, whether it's just to say hey or, just spend some time with them. I mean, you don't have to talk to them about their service or anything like that. Just spend some time with them, man. It would mean the world to them.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
Looking forward to having you out, buddy.
Can't wait. So anything else going on with FLEOA?
Nate Katura, national president. He recently retired from his real Fed LEO job. June 28th was his last day, or actually June 31st was his last day. Great retirement ceremony or party in Milwaukee.
Yeah. And I understand that one of our sponsors hooked you guys up with a nice retirement gift for Nate. Talk about that.
Oh, my goodness. The guys at Caltech came through like rock stars. I mean, Chad and Matt busted out a brand new build KS7 engraved for Nate within a week and a half and had it shipped up to a FFL up there. I went and picked it up, presented it to him at his retirement party, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
And then also, Buck Knives, Chris Brooksy.
Oh, Brooksy.
Goddamn. Brooksy, did he come through like a rock star? I sent you photos. I know I sent Lance photos of the knife. I sent them to you
it too, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely stunning. So I was supposed to see Nate last week. He couldn't make it out. So we will be presenting that to him at the conference.
Well, congratulations to Nate on his retirement, and I'm sure we'll blow it out at the conference.
That's the plan.
Yes,
plan. Sir.
Yeah, very nice. Is Lance coming to that? Did you invite Lance to that?
We always invite Lance. I don't know if he's coming.
Okay.
What did we say the dates were again?
9 September.
It's the 11th through the 15th.
Yeah, September. Yeah, we always do a big, this year we've got a big sponsor banquet that falls on September 11th where we're recognizing some of our key supporters and sponsors. So I'll be missing it this year, unfortunately.
Damn it, Sergeant Major.
Well, that's a good segue. So let's talk about Sheepdog Impact Assistance. We've not talked to you in a long time. And unfortunately, I missed the big gala this year. I'm sorry about that. I had some huge conflicts of schedule, and I deeply regret not being there because I heard it was phenomenal.
Well, I'll tell you what. Marty, you were not there, and of course I would typically bust your balls in a big way for it. But I got to tell you, Talking Lead and the sponsors that you have out there have, I think this is 3 years in a row now, have stepped up in such a big way to help support our organization through some of the silent auction items you've sent our way through your sponsors. In many ways, we didn't miss you at all because those sponsored gifts were so spectacular. So I can't say enough props for you and those sponsors for stepping up to, again, support us in such a direct manner as our gala. And the money that we raised this year, roughly I think it was $190,000 when
Nice.
it was all said and done.
Very nice.
It's going to make a huge difference in the lives of the veterans and first responders that we are helping throughout the year. And I can't personally say thank you enough for that support.
Well, no thanks necessary. It's our pleasure. And I know my sponsors are more than happy to do that, and we're going to continue to do that. And I know a lot of the lead heads have signed up and they've joined, and they've become members of Sheepdog Impact Assistance as well. And if you haven't, just go to their website. It's sheepdogia.org.
Sheepdogia.org. And I think the big reminder that if you're not familiar with who and what we are, that's the best way to educate yourself is go to the website, and you can click on our social media links. You can go to YouTube and watch some of our powerful videos from a lot of the men and women that we have impacted in a positive way. But I think from a mission standpoint, if you don't understand, one, what a sheepdog is, it's defining our society's protectors, those men and women that are willing to run in the direction of chaos when so many others are running away from it, looking for safety. Our military men and women and our first responders, especially with that sheepdog mentality of running in the direction of chaos, is what defines that sheepdog mentality. Now, for us as an organization, that focus is honoring the type of men and women that have given so much to all of us by helping them in some of their darkest times. So think about a combat wounded vet or a first responder injured in the line of duty. Too often they think that their ability to continue living life in a positive way, especially in a line of service and having a purpose, our focus is getting those men and women up off the couch, re-engaged in positive activity, whether through disaster response missions or our outdoor adventure program. It's knowing that when those men and women feel like they no longer have a reason to live, they go home, they sit down on that couch, end up turning to drugs and alcohol to numb that feeling of hopelessness because they no longer have a purpose. We're here to re-engage them in a way that shows them how to find that purpose again, a new purpose, whether it's working more in your church, getting out there and volunteering for boys and girls activities, whether it's coaching a soccer team or coming in and getting engaged with an organization like ours when we're doing disaster response missions. You have a reason to live, and it's taking those skills and that knowledge that you gained from your past experiences and now utilizing it in a positive manner that gives you that, again, that continued new purpose to keep your butt up off that couch.
And that's what you guys do so well. And if you lead heads are out there and you know of someone or you are one of those people, just get in touch with them. Just reach out to them. And Sergeant Major's got a very well-staffed organization there that can definitely help you and get you in the right direction and getting you involved with these activities that they have, the disaster recovery missions, the adventure programs, the hunts. You know, that's something we're going to talk about here in a minute. We've got a hunt coming up. But sheepdogia.org, or shoot me an email. I mean, I've had several of you lead heads reach out to me, and I have in turn, put you in touch, direct contact with Sergeant Major. I know you've worked with a couple of our lead heads directly, and
absolutely,
and have really, made a difference in their lives. So don't be afraid. Don't be too proud. Nobody's beyond, help. Sheepdog can do it. Sheepdogia.org. Sergeant Major, I know that you're on the road right now. There's a lot of, we can tell by your audio. You're traveling around. You're headed to a hunt right now, and this is a special hunt that is been organized for your staff members. That's
right. It is, and I'll tell you, we've struggled with this because it's actually a staff hunt. Now, if you know much about our organization, you'll appreciate the fact that most of our staff are themselves combat wounded vets, veterans that have given a lot to our country, first responders also that are on our staff. Our vice president is actually a female police officer that still works full-time in law enforcement. And she, like you can imagine, she's working full-time as an officer of the law and is also helping run our organization in her free time. I say that to share with you that we decided to do a staff hunt, just our staff. And
this is the first time you've done that?
First time we've done it in almost 10 years. And I tell you what, I preach this, but then what do? I don't follow what I preach. And what I mean by that is we always talk about how important it is that I use that analogy of being on an airplane. The stewardess says, hey, when the oxygen masks fall down, what's the first thing you're supposed to do? Put one on your own face, right, before you help anyone else. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you cannot help anyone else. So this is one of those times where we're taking a pause for 4 days and we're putting that oxygen mask on ourselves so that we can come back next week reinvigorated to carry on for another 10 years.
I think that's
so we
awesome.
can do another hog hunt in 10 years, right? So,
well, you are I think you probably will start doing them more frequent than every 10 years.
I think so. Yeah, after appreciating how this is going to do wonders for our staff, we'll probably make this an annual episode. Whether we go hog hunting or get away and canoe some local river, we're going to find a way to get out more often as a team and remind ourselves of the importance of maintaining our own sanity.
Yeah, I think that's really important, and it's gonna build team cohesiveness with you guys as well.
Absolutely.
And speaking of hunts, I was thrown aback. I got an invitation to go on a hunt with you guys coming up. Bill's going to be going. Sergeant Major's going to be going. I'm going to be going. Talk about that hunt. What's going on with that? I don't know a whole lot about it yet. I got an invitation and I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to go.
Well, it's we do every month. We have 1 to 2 planned outdoor adventures, whether it's scuba diving, skydiving, hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, canoeing, snowmobiling in Yellowstone, hiking in Yosemite, canoeing the Great Buffalo River, you name it. And part of that is that we do hunts as well, between 2 hog hunts that we do annually, a fall and a spring hunt. We also do deer and quail hunts throughout the year. But the particular hunt that you're going on with us is our fall hog hunt.
Okay.
Over in West Texas, just outside of Childress.
Hell yeah.
So if we got any lead heads out in that area, they'll be familiar with the territory that we're going into, where you got scrub hogs running rampant. You don't even have to have a hunting license to kill hogs in the state of Texas. That tells you how bad they are. And we're going to have 3 days and 3 nights of unlimited hog killing taking place.
This is going to be amazing. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, not to mention the long-distance rifle range and walking pistol course.
Yes.
Can you talk about the facility that we're going to be at?
Well,
or is it a secret?
It's rugged, but you're not going to be digging a pit to use your bodily functions for. You're actually going to have a nice warm toilet seat to sit on and a comfortable bunkhouse bed that you can lay your pretty little head on. So
the reason I ask is because, I mean, obviously these hunts that you guys do, they're set up and organized for, are disabled for the most part, men and women, sheepdog. And the facilities there are really accommodating. So that's kind of what I was getting at. I didn't know if maybe you could talk about that and more detail.
And Marty, you mentioned that. I say again, you and I, Bill, are going on this hunt, but Bill and I especially are going as staff to assist with the hunt, because we're going to have a few special guests with us. we'll be sponsoring some of our sheepdogs in need, and two of the ones that are going with us that I'm really excited about are both Vietnam era veterans.
Oh, sweet.
And one of these veterans, unfortunately, is in the process of fighting, but unfortunately losing his battle with cancer due to being exposed to Agent Orange.
Oh, man.
So this is actually going to be one of his final hunts. He's gotten to a place where he's actually in a wheelchair, and we've partnered with a group that's going to be providing us with a track chair so that he'll be able to navigate the ranch and get out there and hunt some of the best spots that we have available. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Broadway Contracting and Pro Trucks out of Siloam Springs, Arkansas, are the ones that actually make this hunt possible.
Yeah.
And we're going to be able to treat a couple of our Vietnam vets and a couple other vets and first responders that we're bringing out and sponsoring for this hunt. And I tell you, it's going to be hard not to shed a few tears as we watch the experience that these two, old war dogs are going to be able to share together. They're both friends that have served together in the past. And unfortunately, we'll be losing a fine American warrior to something that is just outside of his control.
Yeah, and as you mentioned that, and it's hard to believe, but we're losing our Vietnam veterans at a faster pace and rate than we are our World War II veterans.
Yeah, we are. And
it's hard to believe.
You say that based on that discussion I had this evening with Senator Bozeman and some VA reps. They were talking about suicide rates, and what blew me away is that we're still having as many Vietnam vets out there commit suicide on a daily basis as we are OIF and OEF veterans.
Jeez.
So obviously they're still struggling with some demons. And, we, as an organization, we're every generation. We're not just focused on the younger guys and gals. I don't care what war you fought in, what branch of service you served in. If you served our great nation and are struggling, we want to be a tool for you to try and get better so we can keep you from thinking about suicide if at all possible.
Absolutely. But I'm really looking forward to this hunt, even more so now. I mean, you gave me some details. I didn't know all that was going on, so that's going to be amazing. Now,
yes, it will.
Am I going to be doing the show from there? Am I going to be doing the podcast?
If you'd like to set up and spend some time talking to some of the men and women that we'll have sponsored out there, we'd love to have you share their story as long as they're comfortable with it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bring the equipment. We'll try to make something happen, definitely. Of course, I never force anyone to talk or, do interviews if they don't want to. So that's
of course not. And what I got to tell you, Bill, share about who else we might potentially have out there that's going to be doing some coverage of this hunt.
Well, hopefully we will have Fiocchi Ammunition coming out with
what?
Casey.
Casey is now with Fiocchi. I forgot about that.
Yes, we are trying to coordinate with him and his media group to come out and do a video shoot of the hog hunt utilizing Fiocchi's new ammunition lines.
Sweet.
And
now, do they have a 6.5 Grendel? Because, as everybody knows, I just built a LaRue 6.5 Grendel, and this would be like the perfect test to take it out and try it out.
Yeah, you would slay some hog with that round.
Let me show you my. So this is my 6.5 Grendel, Lance. You see it?
That's what I'm talking about. I see it. Love it.
Yeah.
That'd be a perfect place for you to put it to good use.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. So hopefully Fiocchi's got some 6.5 Grendel ammo. Maybe we can try that out. And I'd be happy to let everybody take a little turn on my LaRue 6.5 Grendel.
Wow.
If he's going to have a camera crew out there, I got to print, man. I got to look good. So, I got to get some new camo and everything. You don't need camo for hogs. Hogs are so stupid. You just you just unload on them.
Oh, that's the thing. You could be out there dancing and strobe lights, and most of them, when those feeders go off, They're all about the chow, and you can have fun unloading on them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a good time.
Also, Lance, Brandon and I were working on some other stuff, and again, Brooksy came through like a rock star. So
good.
There
excited.
Will be some excellent buck knife swag the bags.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You guys look forward to having that.
Oh, Brooksy came through golden. I mean, it was just without even question, he just jumped on board.
We'll get some Leadhead Brigade t-shirts and shit.
Oh, you bet. Love it.
We'll get some Leadys too, baby. The Talking Leady keeps your drinks minute colder than a Yeti. The Talking Leady, the new Talking Leady,
with the ribbed bottom,
with the ribbed for your pleasure.
Bottom,
the ribbed bottoms. Go to Dipstick Hydrographics to get those. He's going to be coming up with a new link soon. He's doing a new website, so I don't have the new link, but these are coming soon. We've got a silver bullet color. We've got the evil black assault mugs still. So I'll let you know when you can go and get those. But yeah, it's going to be an awesome hunt. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to meeting those Vietnam veterans. It's going to be awesome, man. And like you said, I'll probably start bawling like a little 3-year-old girl.
I'll be right there beside you.
If you set up on the deck right next to or near the fire pit right in the center, there is no campfire better than the scent of mesquite wood burning all day. I have told everyone that is one of my favorite memories of that event, other than hanging out with everybody.
You know what's going to be your fondest memory of this one is when I crop dust you while you're sitting next to that fire.
Man, I would just beat your ass for that one. But that is one of the fantastic things about the venue as well.
Yeah, so that's something you leadheads look forward to. We're going to get coverage of that. What else you guys got coming up for the end of the year, Lance?
Well, I tell you, we stay so busy. I think something that we're really looking forward to, and again, this isn't something everyone knows about, but we've got a relationship with some of our nation's vet centers around the country. And vet centers, probably if you're not a veteran that's been to one, you wouldn't even know it exists, but it was created as a satellite counseling service for Vietnam-era vets who did not trust the VA. So Congress established vet centers, and most VAs all over the country have a satellite vet center, usually across the street or next door to the VA, that combat vets are encouraged to go to, so that you're able to talk to a counselor that is actually a combat vet themselves. So
makes sense.
What we've done is partner with some of these vet centers nationwide to identify some of their veterans that are, again, struggling with something that they're just having trouble getting past. And through the power of our outdoor adventure programs, where we engage them in obviously positive activities, but we also engage them mentally by trying to plant seeds of hope and encouragement that get them out of a dark place and moving forward into appreciating how great they truly are. And so we've done a lot of different outdoor adventures with some of these vet center veterans this year, snowmobiling in Yellowstone, canoeing the Buffalo River. One of our bigger events coming up in September is our trip to New York City and Ground Zero, where we will be running the Tunnel to Tower, the run that honors Stephen Siller, that was a fireman that had gotten off duty, had gone home when first World Trade Center tower got hit. His fire station in Lower Manhattan gets called out. He says, "You damn well better know I'm going to serve alongside my brothers in uniform." He starts to head back to Manhattan, gets about 3.5 miles out, cannot get back into the city with his vehicle. So he proceeds to jump out, throw all of his firefighter equipment on, and runs 3.5 miles to ground zero through one of the tunnels that brings him into lower Manhattan, ends up running into the towers, starts saving people's lives, and ultimately one of the last times he runs back in, that final tower falls and he perishes. So what better way to honor the sheepdog mentality than to go and run in a race that truly honors a fellow sheepdog. So we're going to do also the touristy thing of taking all these veterans. There's going to be about 70 of us in total in attendance. Crap. And we're doing Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, what is that? The big park there, Central Park.
Central Park. Mm-hmm.
Central Park. And more importantly, we're going to be spending time at the Ground Zero Memorial. And I'll tell you what's powerful about that is when you think about all of the men and women that joined the military and or the first responder community because of 9/11, and yet so many of them have never been to that point that launched them into a career of service. Think about World War II veterans that joined because of Pearl Harbor, right?
Right.
They wanted to fight and defend their country after being attacked. Well, guess what? 9/11 is that same thing for so many of our nation's veterans and first responders. And we're going to be able to take these men and women to that point that for so many of them has defined much of their adult lives. So we're excited about it. And it's truly going to help us close out 2019 in a really powerful way.
Amen. That's going to be awesome. Now, Bill, can you run 3 miles? Can you even think about walking 3 miles?
Yeah, I did it with Lance back in what year? 2015, 2016?
Yeah, this is 2019 right now.
I know I'm a little less in shape as I was, but I had the honor of running towers with Lance and the group.
Lance, I hope you got video of that, because I don't believe it.
You know what? I'm going to have to go back. I feel like Bill kept trying to stay out of the view of the cameras and video.
I did.
But
I got to have a picture.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't believe it.
I'm pretty sure I could find something. Matter of fact, I've got a picture of the two of us standing together taking a photo. So I'll have to pull that up.
Well, I believe him standing. I just don't believe him running. If you could send me a picture of him running.
Hey, touche.
No, there are a few. I've done a few, 5Ks and shit like that, but not
whatever.
Seriously, but no, that was a great experience doing that. When you run out of the tunnel and there's this line on either side of American flags being held by all the first responders.
Yeah. And
we were the first group that came out of that tunnel. Holy shit, was that movie.
That was powerful.
That was amazing. One of the best experiences of my life. And again, sheepdog.
And what are the dates on that again?
That's going to be the end of September. I think the race actually takes place on September 29th. And we'll be there starting on September 26th. But I'll tell you also, I'm sure a lot of those leadheads out there watch Fox News. We're going to be on Fox and Friends that Saturday morning. That's September 28th. We're actually partnering with Spartan Race. They're going to come in and build a miniature obstacle course there on the set. Nice. And some of our combat wounded veterans are going to participate in getting through that obstacle there on Fox and Friends. And we're going to get to share our story about why we're in New York and what our whole Get Off the Couch initiative is all about.
That is going to be awesome. So make sure that you hit me up before that happens so we can make sure that we get on and we push and plug it on our social media and remind everybody.
You bet. I like it.
That's going to be awesome. Very good. All right, guys. Anything else that we need to know about? Sheepdogs got coming up, going on? Anything?
Hey, no, other than just if you want to get involved, we've also got hurricane season that is starting to ramp up, which for our disaster response missions.
Tornado, hurricane,
Oh, yeah. The past few years, we've been really busy, especially 2 years ago when we started down in Houston, and then last year out in North Carolina and Florida. So, obviously, if you've got a desire for service, you do not have to be a veteran or first responder to volunteer with us. But if you've just got that sheepdog heart and you'd like to get out and help us help communities in need, you can sign up on our website as a volunteer. But if you're a sheepdog and you want to be a member and get a little bit more engaged in our activities and even maybe start a sheepdog team in your community, we'd love to have you contact us. So no matter what, hey, we appreciate the support at whatever level it is. And if you know, like Marty has shared with you before, if you know of a sheepdog that's out there struggling and might be able to benefit by engaging in our organization, we'd love to hear about it. And again, you can reach us through our website at sheepdogia.org.
Very good. And then for FLIOA, Bill, give everybody the contact info for FLIOA, Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association. For
yes, sir. FLEOA.org. There's on the main website there, there's a link to the foundation in case you want to donate to the FLIOA Foundation, which supports our members who have been lost in the line of duty or experienced traumatic life experiences such as house burning down, family member dying, whatever. Always happy to accept the donations because it all goes to a good cause to support those that protect you.
Very good. So now, guys, we want to honor a lead head. We're going to do some giveaways. And we've been talking about the Modern Spartan Systems starter kit. Told you at the beginning of the show we're going to be giving one of those away. And we're going to do that now. And I'm going to Facebook to pick our winner for this very first Modern Spartan Systems starter kit giveaway. And the post says, a dirty gun is going to be hard to come by at my house, but I've got something that could use a little TVT engine oil additive from Modern Spartan Systems. And he's got a picture of his, looks like tricked out, probably a 80s Jeep. Looks really nice. But yes, a Jeep definitely could use some TVT engine oil additive. And Ashley and Alex Kellums, which I know this is Alex making this this post. I think this was our first post for the Modern Spartan Systems starter kit. So Alex, you have won the first one. We've got one more of those to give away. That is going to include the accuracy oil, the carbon destroyer, copper destroyer, the grease, and then the TVT engine oil additive. So congratulations to Alex. Shoot me an email, talkinglead@gmail.com, and we'll get in touch with Marcus over there at Modern Spartan Systems and get you that kit. We've got one more of those to give away, and what you got to do is just make a post on social media of what you would use your Modern Spartan Systems starter kit or TVT engine oil additive, how you would use it. I've got pictures of vehicles. I've got pictures of dirty guns. I've got pictures of all kinds of things. So send those to social media, hashtag TL300, hashtag Camp Patriot, hashtag Modern Spartan Systems. And that's how I'm going to find you, and that's how you get qualified to win that. Our other giveaways, we've given away all the ASP flashlights, Bill, the XTDF flashlight kits.
That's awesome. Those are nice.
Geo Osmond won the last one. I think he's up there in your neck of the woods up in Michigan.
Okay, cool.
So he won the last one of those. We gave 3 of those away, almost a $200 gift kit. 1776 United, we gave away those gift cards. There was 4 of those, $25 gift cards. Those are all gone now. We've got some Rats tourniquets that we're giving away from our good buddy Jeff Kirkham over at Rats Tourniquets. We've got 2 more of the Glock $75 gift cards. And one of those is you got to vote for our pilot and use the hashtag TL300TLGlock when you vote on Facebook or Instagram. If you're voting and you're not using those hashtags, you're not going to be eligible to win that next $75 gift card, which Amber, who was a guest on our last show, won the first one of those. What else we got to give away? We've got a silencer, a 22 silencer, Bill.
Yes.
Dooley Defense Systems is putting up a 22 silencer. Just make a post on what freedom means to you. It could be out having a picnic with your family. It could be fishing. It could be sitting on the couch playing video games. It could be doing a Spartan race. I said modern Spartans. A Spartan race. It could be anything. What does freedom mean to you? Hashtag TLFreedomCast. Hashtag Dooley Defense. Hashtag TL300. If you're catching a pattern here, all the posts, TL300 is the key. This is how I'm going to find these posts. If you're not hashtagging properly and not tagging the proper people, I'm not going to be able to find you. So don't get mad as I'm going through and giving credit to all you lead heads that are doing the proper post if you didn't do it properly. And if I make a mistake, I'll admit it. Just like I did with one of you lead heads. I missed your post and you did it right, and I said you didn't. The big giveaway, Kel-Tec has put up a CP33 pistol, Lance.
I like it.
One of the big donators to the gala this year. Kel-Tec I think they've stepped up the last 3 years, and they've put up some really nice firearms for auction at the gala. I think they put up one of their new shotguns this year, didn't they?
They did.
The KSA.
They did, and we raised a good bit of money off of that as well.
Yeah, I mean, Glock stepped up for the gala. Kel-Tec stepped up. X-Steel targets.
Buck Knives.
Buck Knives had a phenomenal custom knife that somebody got a steal on at that auction. I was watching that auction. I was just like, oh, I can't believe it went for that. I missed it. Pioneer Arms Corps put up an AK-47. Hell Pup, one of their Hell Pups. Lots of nice items that were put up from our sponsors and friends of the show, and they're going to continue to do that every year. But Kel-Tec, for you lead heads, CP33 pistol, we're going to get Chad on soon, and we're going to tell you how you're going to be able to get that CP33 pistol. But again, for all these prizes, all local, federal, state laws apply. If you're not eligible, you're not going to win it. So don't expect, if you're taking part and we call your name and you're like, oh, I'm a felon, so you're not going to win that. It's not going to happen. I'll send you a leady. I mean, you can have a leady if you're a felon. That's okay. You can still have a leady. Is that everything? I think that's everything we're giving away. If I missed something, I apologize. I am giving leadies away at random. I've got some special edition 300th episode leadies. We'll be giving those away at random too. I think that's it. I don't think I missed anything. If I did, forgive me. And then discount codes. TLCP15 at Modern Spartan Systems. That's going to get you 15% off. An additional 15% is going to go towards Camp Patriot. So we had those guys on to talk about their organization. Doing great things for our veterans from World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam War. Lance has got a storm brewing in his backyard right now. I hear it.
Yes, I do.
I hear that thunder coming in. TLCP15. Use that code at Modern Spartan Systems. 15% off, and then an additional 15% is going to go towards Camp Patriot. And then lead 20 at ASP. For any of their lights or light accessories, you're going to get 20% off. Use the code LED20. And then all our other sponsors and friends of the show, if you use the code LEADHEAD, that will typically get you some sort of awesome discount. And if you don't, let me know. I'll talk to them to either get it reinstated or get one set up. And then I still got a shift ton of Safariland discount codes, Lance. If you know anybody that wants 40% off from Safariland, I've got stacks and stacks of these cards from Safariland and our good buddy Keith Garcia.
Shit. That's a lot of cards.
You see
Hey,
that?
I'll take 10 of them. You send them my way, I'll give them to some guys that are deserving.
I'll send you this whole stack.
I like it. I'll use it.
I'll send you the whole stack there, buddy. We'll set somebody up. I don't know when they expire, but I don't want them to expire. I want everybody to use these. But I've already had hundreds of you guys contact me, and I've sent out at least 100 of these already. So just shoot me an email, talkinglead@gmail.com, and I will give you one of these codes. Just ask. All you gotta do is ask. I'm pretty easy, guys. All right, so Lance is getting ready to get shit on here with a rainstorm. We got to get him out of here.
That came too close for my own good. So,
but again, thank you, all you lead heads, for all the participation, all the support. Make sure you go and thank those that support and sponsor the show. Show them the love, so we can continue to bring you the Talking Lead podcast each and every week, and bring you awesome guests like Sergeant Major, like Bill, like Jack Carr. We had Jack Carr on a couple episodes ago. We've got a couple lined up that you're really going to be excited about. I can't tell you who they are just yet because I don't want to hex it. But we've got some great interviews coming up in the near future. And then the AK Corner is coming back. I promise you. We just got everything solidified with our new sponsor. I can't tell you who it is yet, but yes, it is coming back. So yay for the AK Corner. And then one last thing. I know you guys are got to go here. I want to know if you're interested in doing a segment on knives. So shoot me an email, talkinglead@gmail.com, and let me know if, that would be an awesome segment for you to start doing. Kind of like we did the AK Corner, do something on knives. So that does it for another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. As always, lead heads, keep your loved ones close.
Hey, and keep your firearms closer. And don't forget about those sheepdogs that are out there fighting and serving for us on a daily basis.
Hey, leadheads. Bill Hampstead from Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association. Just want to congratulate Lefty on his 300th episode and all the support y'all have given us over the years. Look forward to another 300 episodes as this show kicks ass. And Marty, watch your mail.
Watch my mail? Are you sending me something?
Oh, you're going to love this shit.
Oh, shit. Are you sending me like a bomb, a pipe bomb or something? Holy shit.
Oh, God, no. Come on. Not that. You'll just love it.